Every week, I like to go over the winners and the losers from the previous week just to give you an inside view of what's going on at GPM when it comes to media buying, and also just for transparency's sake so that you know that not everything always works, but we learn from what works and what doesn't. So here is the loser from last week. So previously, let's see, back in our heyday, we were doing, around like a 4x on these couple of ad sets here. This company sells in the UK and in Singapore, and for whatever reason, Singapore has always done better with the exact same ads. We're trying to figure that out. We've got some theories, but anyway, so we were doing really well in Singapore at least, but then they'd kind of it took a dump a little bit, so went to 1.8, 1.7 overall. And I think the lesson to be learned here, I think why it happened, or our thesis, is that Singapore just isn't a very big market. There's only like 5.5 million people there, versus the US that has 300 million. So even though we're running on broad, we've only got 5.5 million people to hit, and then the segment that are actually customers is a lot smaller than that. So we probably experienced what's called creative burnout, is when you have a smaller audience and pretty much everyone relevant sees your ad, so it just stops working as well. So we're thinking that's what happened here. The solution is a lot of testing. So we're going to test. We are testing right now a bunch of different creatives and a bunch of different hooks and angles too. So a lot of different concepts on just different headlines, different primary text, things like that. We're testing that for the UK and for Singapore so that we can come back with things that we know are going to work. So that's the loser, and that's what we're doing about it. Okay, here is our winner from last week. This is a lower spending account, but we've actually got a pretty good ROAS. You can ignore this. This is fake news right here. This customer is on WooCommerce. So the tracking just isn't as good as it would be on Shopify, for instance. Usually that's what we find. So it says purchases of 16 purchases, and then the purchase conversion value was like $225. It's actually not true. Their average order value is actually over $40. So if you take 40 times 16, that's like something over $600. They spent $200. So they actually got like a 3-point something ROAS, which for them is making money and it's profitable. So we're in a good position to scale them. So let's see what do I think contributed to this? Honestly, we didn't make any big changes. I think really this was just the algorithm figuring out who these buyers are, because the more information it sees, usually the better it gets. We've also ran a lot of different tests, as you can see here. This is probably we've ran like 5 or 6 tests. So that helps a lot. We've gotten a lot of kind of directional information. We've tried a lot of different hooks and angles. And I think we found some messaging that just really works well, and we're starting to pick out some social proof. So one thing that we do that a lot of people don't is we run ads for a long time, because typically if an ad is running for a long time and it starts getting a lot of likes and comments and stuff like that, it just starts doing better. Because especially like if you get 4 or 5 customers on that ad that say, "Hey, I love mine. Here it is. Like, here's a picture. I had a great experience." You've got built-in testimonials, and then people start seeing that ad and they just respond to it a lot better. So I think this is honestly, like I said, we didn't make any big moves. We did peel out some winners and put them here. They did a little bit. But I think the main thing was just not touching it and just letting Facebook do its thing and find those buyers. So that's the winner. And that's the wrap up.